Um, so my name is Angie. This is Angie in Wonderland. And that is. Was that something else? Oh, it must have been something. I don't know what that was. All right. Welcome in. I don't know what that noise was, but I think it's supposed to be my raven when somebody comes in, but waving hello, but he didn't do anything. Didn't look like he did anything. Okay. So we're going to do readings today. And I'm just going to set up the chat real quick so I can talk to everybody. Or try to. Right? Put this one here. This one is why. Okay. Which one is this one? Okay. And readings are free. Just trying to get the chat open. Hey, Yvonne. Hey. Yvonne. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Right, let's do that. There we go. Hey, vibing. You made it this time. Good. Well, welcome. Yeah, I had a haircut just today. Just this morning, actually. Yep. They didn't do the I didn't have them blow it out because my husband's not home. Oh, it's okay. I was really late yesterday, Julia. I think you were on a live. Hey, Angel. So I'm gonna go and fix this quick before I need to. I ended up going really late. Hey, Godspeed. Tao Godspeed, how you doing? He's doing good. He went to California for the week. That's what I was saying. I didn't get my hair blown out because of the he likes that. I like mine curly, but I'll do it for him when you. Thank you. Hey, Jody, how you doing? Can you see my tattoos? Yeah, sure. Hold on. Let me just do this because that way we can weed out some people if it happens. Should. Yeah, I have a Mad here, the Raven. Yeah. Oh, yeah, to go live earlier. Oh, well, it's okay. All right. It was pretty chill, actually. And then all of a sudden, like, one of my feeds didn't work, and then I was like, "What the heck?" So I had to reboot it, and it was just a mess. Anyway, it was fine. I think everything's working on. Oh, okay, Jody. I think everything's working on Facebook, which is weird. Usually it doesn't. All right, so I have a meditation that we're gonna do. Why is it not showing up on here? Oh, it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, hey. Hey, Jody's mom. All right. I'm just putting this on here so I can see it just in case. Okay. Blow dried, yeah. Yeah. That's what's called. He likes my hair blow dried. Anyway, so that's what I did. Okay, so the theme I wanted to talk about was luck, which is also like just almost like manifesting, right? So you can answer in the chat. Do you consider yourself a lucky person? Do you consider yourself a lucky person? Oh, you have 17 tattoos. What up? Complex the God? Yeah, you're always lucky. Okay. Yeah, sometimes. So lucky. Not usually. Starting to change that perception. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's always good. Like lucky, unlucky, somewhere in between some of you. Yeah, okay. You can manifest what you need. Oh, thank you, Complex God. So now there's a more interesting question to add to that. It was like, what happened in your life that made you decide which one you are? I mean, you don't have to answer in the chat, but you can if you want, or like maybe that's just something to contemplate throughout the day. Because we don't control everything that happens to us, right? So, but the story we create about what happens can influence what we notice, what we attempt, and what opportunities we recognize, and what we believe is possible for us. You're lucky all the time in bingo, Jody. Good. So where does spirit fit into this, right? It's trust that the universe has your back, but what does that actually mean? Like, you can say that, but what does it mean? It doesn't necessarily mean if I trust the universe, nothing shitty will ever happen, because it will. And clearly the universe did not sign that particular service agreement here, you know. But what did you say, Fabulous? I will say I'm shifting my mindset, and sometimes it's divine timing for my protection. If it's laid on what I'm not. Yeah, that's very true. Luck was never good because I worked against my ancestors. Yeah, that's all. Very true. More authentic. That's very true. I think that's very, yeah, I feel that. Luckier you are. If you practice gratitude, yeah. I could always look down here. What am I doing? Bad things will always find a way in, yeah. But, yeah, clearly the universe did not sign that particular service agreement of, you know, nothing shitty will ever happen. But it can mean that even when something doesn't happen the way I wanted it, trust that I can work with what comes next. So that's the shift, right? If something carries the narrative, if somebody carries the narrative of nothing ever works out for me, they're going to notice every piece of evidence confirming it. Yeah, so you're going to notice everything that is causing that, you know, that in your environment that is going to show you that, yeah, that is true. That statement is true, you know. So if something goes wrong, you'll say, see, told you, I'm unlucky, you know. So when an opportunity appears, they might somebody who would think they're unlucky might hesitate because they assume it won't work anyway. So like if something good happens, then they'll say, well, that's a fluke, you know, like, or something bad happens, they're like, that's just my luck, you know. I mean, like you gotta flip it, because it's all the perception of it, right? Yes, yeah, redirection towards something better. Yep, that's right. Sometimes that's what bad luck is. Eventually, I'm unlucky becomes an identity rather than an observation. So that's what can happen, you know, and it's like just being aware that in yourself, if you do feel that, which I feel like a lot of you have already kind of expressed, like, you know, I did feel that way, and I'm trying to change that idea of it, right? So there's where people can inadvertently keep themselves stuck if they do feel like they're unlucky. Like imagine two people are given exactly the same unexpected opportunity. And one thinks, well, why the hell not, right? I'm going to go for it. What bad can happen out of it? And then the other thinks, there's no way I'm qualified for that, right? So the first person takes a chance and something amazing happens. From the outside, somebody says, they're so lucky, but were they? I mean, like, they had the same opportunity as the person that feels like they're unlucky, right? Oh, this is a topic you've been talking about with your team? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. So, but so were they really lucky, or, that they got it? They were absolutely might have been chance involved in the opportunity appearing, but recognizing it and believing that they could do something with it and acting on it wasn't luck, right? So, and safety fits beautifully here too, because if somebody doesn't feel safe emotionally, financially, physically, I mean, there's so many different ways, socially, whatever the circumstance, taking chances can feel much more dangerous. I mean, they're more guarded, right? So confidence isn't just believing yourself harder. It's allowing those experiences that are happening help create our expectations of what's going to happen next. So is that like, right? It's harder to change, can make it, yeah. Perception is, yeah. Definitely. But it can make a bad situation better, and especially frame it in a way that could be easier to digest, is what I feel, right? So, yeah. So spiritually, you may understand that as putting intention into the universe and becoming receptive to what comes back, right? But psychologically, there's also perfectly reasonable mechanism that what we focus on affects what we notice and how we respond. And of course, why wouldn't spirit use that to their advantage? It's not just, I mean, people would be like, well, that's because it has nothing to do with spirit. That's just us psychology wise. Well, why wouldn't spirit use that to their advantage to help to facilitate what we can do in here? Right? But they don't have to, because they don't have to fight each other. Yeah, flip the script. You can leave room for both. Are you unlucky, or have you started expecting things not to work out? Maybe luck isn't about believing everything will go your way. Maybe it's believing that whatever comes your way, you can do something with it. So it's not about control as much as it's just as things come and flow in and out of our lives, we can adjust. And it's the more, the tree that is more flexible is able to bend in the wind, right? And more storms, where the one that's just rigid is one that's more apt to break. It's path of least resistance, so we don't always see that path. Yeah, it's true. So that's what, it was just interesting. I find it, when your perception does start, all of you might be feeling that, just things like starting to feel a little bit, when you start flipping that script and that narrative and that perception, it does feel more of a authenticity of not just trying to, rigidness and trying to control what's happening and worrying about luck and but it is a lot of too the conditioning of America or everywhere too. Yeah, that's exactly right. Vibing life. Yep. Yeah, that's right. So I have a meditation. It's a pretty long. It's gonna take 10 minutes. Is that all right? It's gonna go. We're gonna do the clearing of the chakras, and then we're gonna do connecting to spirit, and then it's like opening to possibility. We're gonna go to. It's called the Garden of Possibility. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. And then we'll go into readings. It's all free. free readings, like normal. Okay, cool. All right. Glass is always half full and always ready for A top up. That's right. That's so true. I like that. All right, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do the grounding and everything. Okay, so if you want to get yourself comfortable, and we'll wherever you're sitting or laying down, whatever you want to do, and close your eyes or keep them open, you know. But you can. I'm just gonna say what I do, and then you do what you want to do. Whatever makes you do you. But if you want to place both of your feet on the floor, if you're able to, let your hands rest wherever they feel comfortable. I usually put them in a receiving position. I put one on my chest, where my heart is, and then I kind of put one in a receiving position. And if you're somewhere that it's safe, you close your eyes and you can take it slow. Deep breath in through your nose. And just hold it there just a moment. And slowly breathe out through your mouth. And again, we're going to be breathing in. And letting it go. And one more time. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to drop. Relax your jaw. Let your body become a little heavier. And just allow yourself to be here. Don't need to figure anything out right now. Don't need to know what comes next. For these next few minutes, just be present. So now I want you to imagine a beautiful white light beginning to form just above the crown of your head. See it become brighter and brighter. A pure, beautiful, cleansing white light. You can take a slow breath in. And as you breathe out, allow that light to gently enter through your crown. There's nothing you need to think about, nothing you need to identify. Simply breathe and allow the light to do the work. You can feel it moving gently through your crown, clearing, balancing, and making space. Allow it to travel down into your third eye and breathe. Down through your throat. And breathe. Into your heart chakra. Allow the light to rest there for just a moment. Just to be aware of your breath. You can breathe in, slow breath if you would like. Release it slow. Now, allow the light to continue down into your solar plexus, through your sacral chakra. Taking anything out there that's not meant for your highest good. Finally, into your root chakra. With every breath, simply allow the light to move through you, clearing what is ready to be cleared, releasing what is ready to be released. You don't need to know what that is. You don't need to give it a name. Your only job right now is to be conscious of your breath, to breathe and allow. Take one more slow, deep breath in. And as you release it, feel that beautiful white light flowing through your entire body, from your crown all the way down to your root, all the way down to the legs, your arms, to your soles of your feet. Just be here for a moment. Allow anything this light has cleared, anything you no longer need to carry, whether you're aware of it or not, to begin moving downward. You don't need to identify it. You don't need to understand it. Just breathe. Let it flow and allow. And feel everything that is ready to leave you. Continue moving downward through your hips, through your legs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and into your feet. You can imagine beautiful roots beginning to grow from the bottoms of your feet. See them moving downward through the floor beneath you, through the foundation, into the soil, deeper and deeper into the earth. Let those roots grow as deeply as they need to. And through those roots, allow everything you're ready to release to flow out of you. You don't have to decide what stays and what goes. Simply allow your body, your energy, and your spirit to release what is ready to be released. Let it travel down through those roots into Mother Earth. And quietly, you can say in your mind, or just listen to me say, "Thank you, Mother Earth, for receiving what I no longer need. Thank you for transforming into something new." Breathe in. Now, deep within the earth, imagine a beautiful golden light beginning to glow, warm, safe, it's steady and full of life. And slowly that golden light begins traveling upward through the roots beneath your feet, up and up, until it reaches you. Feel that beautiful golden energy enter through the bottoms of your feet. Let it move through your ankles, your calves, your knees, your legs. Feel yourself become present, grounded, supported. Let the golden light reach your root chakra. Quietly remind yourself, I am safe in this moment. Let the golden light rise into your sacral chakra. I am open to possibility. Let it move into your solar plexus. I trust myself. Let it rise into your heart. I am open to receiving what is meant for me. Let it travel into your throat. I trust myself to speak and live my truth. Let it rise into your third eye. Allow myself to see beyond what I already know. And finally, allow that golden light to reach your crown. Your entire body now filled with this beautiful golden energy from the earth, grounded, safe, present. Your roots remain beneath you, strong and connected to Mother Earth. And now from the crown of your head, Imagine a beautiful beam of light beginning to rise upward. See it traveling above you, higher and higher, moving beyond the room, beyond the physical, and reaching upward toward spirit. And as that light reaches upward, imagine another beautiful light meeting yours. Maybe you see it white, golden, silver, purple. Or perhaps you don't see a color at all. There's no right way to experience it. Simply allow yourself to feel that connection and let that light from spirit begin traveling back down towards you, entering gently through your crown and meeting the beautiful golden energy of Mother Earth already gave you and is within you. So now you're connected in both directions. Mother Earth beneath you, Spirit above you, and you right here in the center. Grounded enough to receive, present enough to recognize, and open to possibilities. Now in your mind, imagine yourself standing at the entrance to a beautiful garden. Don't try to decide what this garden should look like. Let it appear however it wants to appear for you. Maybe it's filled with flowers or enormous trees. Maybe sunlight is coming through the branches, or maybe it's nighttime. Everything is illuminated by moonlight. Perhaps you hear birds, water, the wind moving through the leaves. Or maybe your garden is completely still. Whatever appears is perfect. And if you don't see anything clearly, that's okay too. You can just simply imagine what it might feel like to be there. Take a breath. Just simply allow yourself to be there for a minute. Feel the energy of it. Now, notice that in front of you, there's a path. For a moment, simply look at it. This path represents what you currently know. The life you can imagine from where you're standing right now. The opportunities you already know exist. The things you believe are possible for you. And there's nothing wrong with this path. You don't need to leave it. You don't need to choose something different. You just notice it. You notice how you feel standing in front of something you can see. Something you recognize. Something you can imagine yourself walking. Just breathe. The light changes, just so slightly. And now, imagine the light within the garden beginning to change. Perhaps sunlight begins moving through the trees, or a beautiful golden light begins illuminating the places that had been hidden in shadow. You don't have to search for anything, just let the light reveal what is there. And as it does, you notice something you didn't see before. Another path. may have been there the entire time. You simply couldn't see it from where you were standing. Don't walk down it. Don't decide whether it's good or bad. Just notice it. And notice what happens within you when you realize there's another possibility. Are you curious? Do you immediately want to know where it goes? Does some part of you want to dismiss it because you didn't know where it leads? There's nothing you need to change about your reaction. Just notice and breathe. What else haven't you seen? As the golden light continues moving through the garden, perhaps something else begins to appear. Another path, a small gate, an opening between the trees, a trail disappearing around a corner. Maybe something completely different appears for you. Something that was invisible when you first entered the garden. And slowly you begin to realize that this garden is much larger than you originally thought. There wasn't only one path. There was simply only one path you could see. Take a breath and allow yourself to sit with that for a moment. How often do we do this in our own lives? Or have you felt that you've done that and then a new path showed up that you weren't expecting? Look at what we can see from where we're standing and decide that's all that there is, and decide what can happen and what can't happen. We decide what we're capable of or what we're not capable of, or where something can lead before we even reach the turn in the path. Sometimes we even decide how the story ends while we're still standing at the beginning. And perhaps there have been moments when a path closed, something didn't work, something you wanted didn't happen, something changed unexpectedly. And maybe you looked at moments like those and thought, that's just my luck. You don't need to revisit any particular memory. You don't need to figure out anything out right now. Just notice the words, that's just my luck. Look around your garden again, at everything you couldn't see when you first arrived. What if not knowing what comes next doesn't automatically mean something has gone wrong? What if a closed path isn't proof that no other path exists? What if there are possibilities you simply cannot see from where you're standing yet? You don't need to know where any of these paths lead. You don't need to choose one. You don't need a sign telling you which one is right. You don't need a guarantee that everything will work out exactly the way you want. For this moment, your only invitation is to recognize that more than one possibility exists. Let yourself become curious, not certain, just curious. Notice the difference between, I know something good is going to happen, and I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm willing to discover it. Because being open to possibility doesn't require you to know the outcome. Maybe trust can simply sound like, whatever comes next, I trust myself to meet it. Let those words settle for a moment. Whatever comes next, I trust myself to meet it. Now, you can bring your attention back to the path that was originally in front of you, and then notice all the possibilities that have appeared around it. We're still not going to choose one. Instead, I want you to imagine taking one small step forward, not toward a particular path, just forward. One step that says, I'm willing to move. Take a breath. Another small step. I don't need to know everything before I begin. One more. I can trust myself without knowing the outcome. Now stop and look around. Nothing needed to be decided. You simply allowed yourself to move. Now quietly repeat to yourself, I'm open to opportunities I have not yet imagined. I allow myself to recognize possibilities I may have overlooked before. I trust myself to recognize what is meant for me. And I trust myself to act when the time is right. And finally, I do not need to see the entire path to remain open to where it may lead. You want to take a deep breath in and slowly release it. Now simply stand within your garden. No searching, no asking for a sign, no trying to make something happen. Just notice. Be curious and leave a little room for something you haven't imagined yet. Because maybe luck isn't knowing that everything will go your way. Maybe it's knowing whatever comes your way, you can do something with it. And you can begin to bring your awareness back to your body. Remember those beautiful roots beneath your feet, connecting you securely to Mother Earth. Feel that golden energy still within you. Feel that connection to Spirit above you. You don't have to choose between being grounded and being connected. You can be both. Earth beneath you, Spirit above you, and you in the middle. You take a slow, deep breath in. And breathe out. You can begin noticing the room around you when you're ready. Feel the chair beneath you. Feel your feet against the floor. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes and welcome back. Hey guys. Okay, sorry. Hey Leo. Yeah, I was tuned in. It says you can't raid me. Oh, sorry. Didn't know. I don't know if I have that off. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. It wasn't too. Hope it was too long. I wanted to be able to like go through it because I think it's good to like sit with the path for a bit. It might seem like, but it is good to sit in that uncomfortableness of not being able to know which path you're going on and what one you're going to go down. You know, if that's the whole issue, I think, of not moving forward is not wanting to sit in that feeling of that, you know. You woke up with a strange feeling in your body today, Busy Bee? Oh, stuck paralysis. Oh, thank you, Julie. You're welcome. Okay, so we are, I don't know if you want to talk about anything, how you felt during that, or if there's anything you want to share. I mean, feel free, but, Busy Bee, you said, oh yeah, you just said you're stuck but restless, like it's trying to process the grief but can't yet. Yeah, it can be true. I can definitely, I mean, like, sometimes it's just needing to not just processing, it's just sitting with it and needs to allow yourself to feel it. Oh, it is similar to, oh, okay, Julia, cool. Glad you liked it. Yeah, grief for someone still alive. Yeah, of what could have been or what was lost. Busy Bee. Very true. So maybe there's opportunities around you now that you haven't recognized yet. So it was calming and reassuring. Oh, thank you. But maybe something that didn't work out wasn't proof that, it's not proof that you're unlucky when things don't work out. And it's like, it's hard to tell yourself that. I think it's because, well, we don't want to blame ourselves. So it's like we'll put it out there, like, oh, this is not our fault, this is unlucky. But maybe it just changed the path, you know? Yeah, flowing organically. So, yeah, because sometimes the message we need doesn't arrive the way we expected it to as well. But I just think it is like somebody wrote down that said that, like, maybe that's part of what we're calling luck, right? It's being open enough to recognize something when it finds us, you know? So, all right, so we can go into readings and see what Spirit brings forward, and what we're meant to, where we're meant to go, if you want. I don't have a queue. You can just put your questions in, and I will then, pick intuitively, from Spirit-led from the chat, whoever I'm drawn to, I'll call on, and that's what we'll do. Hi, Fama. No worries. Back in the day I used to have a queue, but big love to you, Leah. She sees a consult this week. I don't know why my bird makes a noise when people come in, but it's not actually doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. Okay. Must have something on. Hey. Cool, Tristan. How you doing? No worries. That's funny. Okay, what's your question, Busy Bee? And then I'll go to you, Busy Bee. Usually, if I answer your question, you have a question of what? That's funny. Cool's just like meant to say hi. It was very funny. Okay, Fama. You want to know about your housing situation. Oh, and then you're wondering about your blessings are coming for, if it's what vibing life wants. What blessings are coming for me? It's on shifting my mindset. Okay, it's a good question. I kind of want to ask about a lost loved one, but I don't know if I know how to ask. Okay, well, you just see what comes. I thought you were asking I thought you were just asking a question about something. I don't know why I thought that, but let's see. About a lost loved one. Okay, so let's see. So we'll just Busy Bee. Let's see what they want to. I feel like it's like, are you wanting to know if they ever, there's like feelings that they felt when they were alive and things that they went through that you want to know about? Like of things that they went through and things that they, yeah, like you wanted to know more details about, like, I mean, like even just of their, if they ever felt like a deep loss like you're feeling right now, and how they got through it, you know, that type of thing. Like, how come you never really saw them do that? So you heard from his mom that I was someone in his world, but I only knew after, and that keeps me stuck. It just makes me feel like it wasn't meant to be happening at that time. It wasn't meant for it to happen. You weren't in that place to be on that same, like, I think the reason why you feel stuck now is because you feel like you are now, but really then it would have been different. It was a different time. It's like it's like the feeling of being, was it because of the eventual choice he made? I feel like it's just more of, guys were in different timelines, not in the aspect of, but I just feel like it's more of, like, you weren't as in sync as what you feel like you should have been with them. You know, it's like, you know, like just for example, gives me the feeling of like somebody who's born too early, or somebody's born later, and then you know what I mean? It's just not in the cards for this lifetime. You know, maybe it's like you had that connection in other lifetimes, and but this one it wasn't that way, and that's why you feel it's like there was a remembrance, you know. You gotta understand this is different. Well, that's what it feels like to me. Like, it's just like, you know, like you have a soul connection of with this person, but it's not aligning to what you're used to. Does that make sense? But it says magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. But it just, yeah. I feel like it wasn't meant for you to carry that though. And that's why you're feeling stuck. It's like I don't feel like that's meant for you to be carrying. You know, it was his to carry. He decided. I mean, it's just it was decided already before when he came in. That's what I'm feeling. I usually don't. I just feel like there's other things that were decided of who's gonna handle what, and it just feels like that you guys are in a soul family, and that's why it you know, there is that connection, but it's like you gotta realize that wasn't yours to feel. He didn't want you to feel that pain. Yeah. I feel like it's realizing that it's okay to live your life and move forward. I think it's one of those things that you feel, I want to say guilty. The word guilty comes up. It's like, I don't know if that's the correct, but that's the feeling, right? Of it. But don't, you know, it's your life to live, and don't feel, yeah. It's not what he wants you to feel. It's like shine from within. Looks are only skin deep, but this is time for self-acceptance and revealing your true beauty. So it's shine, but what really is the shining from within. Let yourself shine and enjoy your life, and you know. No, there was nothing you could have changed. No, it wasn't meant for that to happen. You know, it happened the way it, you know. I just feel like you're feeling certain things and understanding some. It's like somebody. I feel like some of it was brought to your awareness because somebody else didn't want to hold it themselves, and they kind of put it onto you. It wasn't meant for you to hold. I think you just started. You took it on. You're not meant to. It's like you're trying to understand that there's things like that can't be within your control. I think a lot of the times you would try to control and try to help, but there's only so much. There wasn't anything you could have done. But there's new beginnings. This fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new, well, not a new baby, but or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. But yeah. So I feel like it's just new beginnings, and just knowing that things come to an end. It's like, and it's okay when they do end. It doesn't mean that anything was wrong. It just means that, that's what happens, here. So, and you don't have any control over, knowing everything, and not everybody's going to know everything about what everybody's feeling or thinking, and sometimes that's the rub, and what can we feel like we feel guilty for that, but it's like it's allowing yourself the freedom to know that it's not your fault, and allow yourself to take away that feeling that it is, or that you could have done, because there's so much here that is not within our control. We're still hurting. I feel like I wasn't fully in his life, like things weren't aligned, but he wasn't a ghost either. Yeah. It's just, like I said, there's that's what I was saying. They weren't aligned. All right, Busy Bee. Good luck. I think it's just feeling it. Hey, Sylvie. Sylvie. I'm doing good. How are you doing? All right. Just be kind to yourself, and know that, there's these emotions that come up, and, they need to be felt, and when you didn't allow yourself in other times to feel those, so to feel those now, when knowing that there isn't something in your control, it's good. Yeah, you can always ask. You can ask questions, or there's general, or you can ask questions of me. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of stages. It's never like grief and emotions don't, or any emotions don't know, time doesn't matter, Questions, Angie is always fun. Yes, it is. Thank you, Sylvie. Yeah, I do. They're very nice dolls. The soul family thing, that's what I'm feeling about it. Yeah, it's a soul fam. Like, you've had lifetimes with them. The soul. Just there's people that come into your life that people call them soulmates, or they don't have to be romantic, but I feel like there's soul families. They help you have like people that you come into lifetimes with, that sometimes they're your father, sometimes your whatever, brother, or could be your husband. it's just the reason why is because we're learning from each other, right? And going through other parts of like karmic, but not as much karmic, but just more of the learning from each other and learning how to growing with each other. Yeah. But it's the same thing. Yeah. Significant relations that two souls wanted to learn from each big lesson. Yeah. Julia's here so she can summarize my she's good at that. I'm like, but yeah, if I were to, I'm trying to explain it from my own words, but it's easier when Spirit does it. But it's like explaining that when you have people that are here they're here to help you grow and learn lessons. You put a question in, Selvi, and then I hope I'm saying your name right. And you it can be any. I do medical, intuitive, mediumship, psychic. You can put it in the chat, talk to your spirit guides, or it could just be general. And then I go to people that I'm drawn to. It's spirit led. So okay, good. I have dyslexia, so okay. So they're free. You can donate whatever from whatever platform, whatever, and then yeah. So if you want, it's not necessary to get a reading though. You're welcome, Busy Bee. You're welcome. Almost autumn tea time, yeah, very much so. Okay. Let's see. Yvonne wanted to know about Anne. She sees a consultant next week. Yeah, and I do. Thank you, Julie. I always forget. I do full readings available on my Ko-fi account. Yeah. They go more in detail. And yeah, I can spend for an hour or whatever. Yeah. So. Okay. I do these every Tuesday, and I go on TikTok too on Mondays at 6 p.m. But yeah, if you want more of a in-depth readings or tarot, I do tarot too. So, all right. And Julia does readings as well. DDs. Okay. Will Anne be okay? I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's like she'll be okay. You know what I mean? Like it's like if you're like looking at the whole like at the it's like they're showing me like a landscape. It's like it's good, just see the landscape. She'll be, you're like it's okay. I feel like it's more of that. There is going to be an annoyance. There's still always something underlying, like, and I feel like that is because there's something about that just keeps on happening. And it's not, that doesn't, I feel like with this, it's going to get like where it's going to stop. We know you have totally like bleeding. Yeah. But, I have it upside down. So your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. So yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying, Spirit. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I have it on a different mode. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's always something under, yeah. But I feel like that's something about, I think that's just part of whatever she's dealt with in her life. She has started, has kind of been pushed down and manifested through this type of illness type thing. Like, I'm not saying it's her fault, but that's, like, emotions and stuff that she didn't allow herself to feel. And, there's already, it's not just anxiety about this, and stuff. I think it's just other things. Yeah. Okay, bye, Busy. Thank you. The Twilight Zone doll, forgive me. Yeah, she didn't. She's been there and she's okay. She's left me alone. You know how we just, you know, things can manifest in our body because of things we hold it, and right. So, yeah, I'm lucky. I feel like it's also just her frame of mind that can help, right? It says success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. So it's like reframing her mind about what's really going. It's like the same thing with luck, like thinking of unlucky. She has always been deep and not deal with emotions. Yeah. Anything for a quiet life. Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like it's a success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. So it's like same thing with that what we just explained with luck, right? It's like she's reframing what is actually happening instead of like, oh, this always happens, you know, this is what it can then become part of what she just is perpetually just constantly happening, you know, coming up. Yeah. I mean, and it's not to say that she didn't already have a propensity to have this. I mean, I think a lot of that is like understanding that sometimes like we could push emotions down and all this and that, and then nothing, you know, maybe we don't as much have certain things happen, but it's also knowing that our body is an organism and we come into this life with things that we've chose this body too, you know, but that it has the chance, you know, is inherited with certain chances of being able to get certain things, and through that is what causes all that too. So it's a combination, right? It's not just one thing. I keep on doing it though, so. But I feel like I said, it's going to be a bumpy, but it'll alter soon. So I do believe it's going to stop bleeding. I think there's always going to be like, it's on the surface going to be okay, but there is like, you know, the underlying. And then when I said that, you said, yeah, there's something not worried about yet. So yeah, that makes sense. But it's like, I feel like too, I feel like, you know, that for her age, it's kind of, and what she's been through, it's kind of expected that, you know, things are going to prop up here and there. Yeah, and that's still a lot of pain, but that's expected. Yeah. So it's not really, I mean, like at this point, it's like a lot of stuff that has popped up is because, well, she's been through a lot of medical things, so things are going to pop up, and if she concentrates on it, it's going to become a big part of her life, and it's going to be noticed. But it's like dealing with what she has. Yeah. She's be 70. Okay, so 70 next year. So, but it's just like be calm and keep going. It's like more so instead of concentrating on what's wrong, keep going and knowing that, well, she's still here and enjoying what she had, the time she has, you know. Not saying the time short, but at the same time, she's going to be 70, you know. That is life expectancy, right? What is, I'm just saying, you know, it's, that's what I felt like, you know, like there is other things that will pop up because as we get older, you know, things start not doing as well, and we just got go within. There's his score. You heard that? Yeah, I know. 30 score, but go within. Yeah. Three score years. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But you gotta go within, and I feel like a lot of it is her well-being and how she feels is going to be a lot to do with her perception of what's happening, and her concentrating on the right things when it happens. So it's like, like just like if a person, as they get older, if they concentrate on how things are sore, then you're gonna yeah, as you get older, things are sore. But if you keep on concentrating on it, it's gonna feel worse, right? So that's the feeling I get from that, Yvonne. If it's all about what she does with it, and how it's gonna affect her in that way. But I feel like basically everything's gonna be okay. I mean, like, there's gonna be something that, I feel like there's always something underneath that, like I said, and that's good. Yeah. And that also gives her routine, that gives her like less chance of her feeling, it's good to take care of something and have that routine of having to, give them food and stuff, and then, feeling that love and acceptance back. It's unconditional love that way too. Yeah, you just said unconditional love. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It makes you things. It's that light in the darkness that will help too, for her. The dog can't all of a sudden just bring up, oh, did you go to the doctor? The dog's just there just because she smiled at him, or, right? The dog's not going to be like, did you take your meds? It's not going to constantly remind her of things that she doesn't, it'll make her get her mind off. Not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, yeah. Okay, like, who's it say? Well, thank you, Yvonne. That's hard. I think it's just it's hard getting old, older, and as years go by, things start happening, and, and I think, a lot, like they said, she's been through a lot already, and I know that too. You've told me, but it's like, but I didn't really realize how old she was. Not that matters. 70 is not that old, but my grandpa, my father-in-law just turned 60. Wait, okay. Yeah, he just turned 80. Like, he turned 80. He's like 82, I think. Much love to you too. It's hard though, because it's your sister, and you want. It's hard. Want her to just feel good, and that's the thing. It's the best thing that she can do is feel young at heart and not concentrate on things that are ailing her and stuff like that. And that's what they were saying. So when you start going down that route, that's not good, right? I mean, you don't want to, and then it becomes like a negative, and then you start. It feeds onto itself, I think, I feel like a lot of people do feel it. I mean, you just don't feel like older, which is good. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be a good outcome with what's happening. All right, so Fatma wants to know about their housing situation. Okay. Thanks for coming. Oh, wow. Yeah, we did a long thing. Okay. Let's see. You're welcome. All right, so it says be generous. What's this? I feel like also just be aware of opportunities that do arise that you might not have thought of. Don't just dismiss things that happen, because it's like, they might be, things might prop up that you wouldn't really expect it to prop up. It's like, when it says be generous, I think too is like, makes me feel like with your time, like trying to, to it's like give yourself enough time. It's like don't wait too long. That's what I'm feeling. Is there somebody you need to contact? Like, don't wait too long. Be generous with it. Make sure you're giving yourself enough. Don't wait till the last minute to contact them. But also be open to other opportunities. I feel like it's just it's like be open to like widening your search, or don't have such a high expectations, or put it in a not as much high expectations, but don't keep yourself in a box like where you're like, oh, it has to be like this. It's like, why, think more, allow more, where more opportunities can come through, because it's something that needs to be done. I feel like no matter where you end up going, it's like knowing you'll be okay. You'll be grateful and happy that it's over. It's like more so what's happening right now it's just because there's uncertainty. You're not, it feels the way it feels. It feels it's stressful. So it's like knowing that whatever happens, it'll work out, and you'll be grateful you'll be grateful for not having for knowing what it's been. Yeah, it's been uncertain for a while. Yeah. But I feel like it's just like contacting who you need to contact, and calling people. There's just something about calling and making sure that you don't wait too long to call or to contact them back, and that way, because things can change pretty quickly. That's what I'm feeling. So it's like if you're not on top, you got to get on top of it and be, spend the time to be on top of it and be, divine timing. Yeah. It's just because things can, have you had something like slip through your, like you thought it was going to be, thought something was going to come through and then it didn't, type thing, like, but it's not something you did wrong. It's just more so like stuff like that can happen if you're not calling or following up, or, I feel like too, like to get now is a good time to like free your creativity and think outside the box. But also I feel like not just with the situation, but to deal with the situation is to like, make sure you're do something with your hands, something, it's not to deny that there's something's going on, but it's also just to deal with it and not constantly be having your thoughts consumed by it. It's like do something else and be present with that too. A lot of with creativity, doing journaling or painting or some type of crafting or something, like just so you can feel like you get some of that energy out as well. I don't know, it's just sometimes just being able to like get that out, you might feel better. Okay. You're welcome. Yeah. Well, it's spirit, not me. But whatever spirit says, I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. Coming through. But you can thank spirit for it. I feel like it's just, I feel like it is like a lot of what we were talking about earlier is being receptive to other opportunities and other avenues that you can go down, and not just dismissing them and saying, no, that's not going to work. You know, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you know, it's like spirit. I do feel like there's going to be stuff that you might see and then all of a sudden go, oh, maybe I should try that, you know, or go call these people or whatever. So it's like, I feel like that's what's, like stuff like that kind of just flows. All right. Well, thank you, Fatma. So anybody else with, I think, vibing, or Sylvie, or vibing, I forget which one. Vibing Life and Sylvie had a question. Well, let's go to Vibing Life first. You said, I think it's on here. Thanks for coming. Okay, let's go to Vibing first, and then we'll go to Sylvie, and then we'll call it. I know we let's see. Keeps on moving. Let's see. Oh, I will say I'm shifting my mindset. Sometimes it's divine timing. Okay. What's your question? I think it was about like, okay, no, it was earlier. Oh yeah, what blessings are coming in from since I'm shifting my mindset? Okay. It's like popular, I know. No, I just took a long time today on the other stuff. I was happy I was pretty much on time. I did talk to my daughter, or my I did talk to Val earlier, so always, yeah. All right, here we go. Vibing. What this meant? Probably because of everything going on. Oh, hey, cool, Tristan. No, I didn't read your question. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry. I think I read it earlier, and then, yeah, I'm just going intuitively to the chat. Not everybody will get a reading, so I'm sorry. But I did, yeah. There's, I normally stream on Mondays on TikTok at 6 p.m. and then Tuesdays at, there. I can, yeah. But otherwise I do, you know, private readings. You go to my Ko-fi and yeah, I do 15 to an hour. Dawn the golden haired. Duty. So Vibing Life. It's I feel like it's part of what was missing in your life. Well, it is what was missing in your life, and through that it is now like giving yourself, you're actually doing yourself a service, and actually, I mean, like, you do feel better, and like it's part of, it's like you're doing yourself a service instead of a disservice. It's part of your duty to yourself to do this. So it's like knowing that if you're not doing it, you're actually being loving to yourself now. It's part of who, part of becoming the complete, I don't want to say the completeness, but kind of, right? So, this chalice reminds me of like, I don't, I'm just going to say, the chalice that they talk about, the what's it called? It's the thing that Jesus drank from, that they were trying to find in that movie. But it just reminds me of that. It's like finding, what is that called? I just keep on seeing just the chalice that you're supposed to drink from, right? The Holy Grail. Thank you. It's like, yeah, well, it is the Holy Grail. You found it. It's like part of the answer to things that will make other things come, and it just is a perpetual snowballing effect, right? Or a boulder like going down a hill, right? That's so. Yeah, things will come because of this, and it's just like you'll know when it's just a flow. Yeah, the aha moment. Yeah. So it's just, but it's knowing that because it didn't come as easily before, it's like it's that it's part of making sure that you are being a service and not doing a disservice to yourself. It's more be loving to yourself and allow yourself the agency to do it, and not. It's just the way once you have the awareness, it takes a bit for it to become part of the routine or your nature, but because it is feeling comfortable and authentic, and it just takes a bit to feel comfortable because yeah, exactly. You had to go through many tornadoes to get the rainbow. Well, you don't really understand how beautiful the rainbow is until you finally see, after it stops raining, right? I mean, like, unless there's always rainbows, you're not going to be like, right? So, Julia, so yeah, to answer your question, yes, it is like, yeah. It says the goose girl. It says theft under there, but it makes me feel like it's like sometimes you feel like you're might be feeling like you're cheating the system, because it does feel like things are going too well, and you feel like there's things like waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like knowing that you aren't doing anything wrong, and you know what I mean. It's just the way things like that. And then when things don't go right, it isn't because you did anything wrong, right? It just happens. So it's realize you're doing okay. Yeah. And through that, things will come, and sometimes things do come that aren't fun, but that's because it's something you need to go through so you can grow more. We're always growing. There's never stop growing. Never stop growing. It sucks. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Okay. How long is the queue? Well, you're the last one, Selby, because I'm supposed to end at 2:30. So that's my own, I'm not saying I have to end at 2, but that's my own, borderline, thing. So I said I'd still give you a reading. So you said, so it's your turn now, Selby. Thanks, Vibing Life, for coming. But that's great news. I mean, that's good. It all yeah. And I feel like you intuitively know that all that was said, but it's just confirmation for you. No problem. Okay. Yeah. It's been about 2 months since I filed a report with USPS about my missing mail, and so far I haven't received any feedback. I'm thinking someone may be taking my mail for their own malicious reasons, or something else is going on, but I don't have any proof. Maybe I'm overthinking it. something else, but the weird thing is that that very one else in the house received their mail except for me, so it makes me wonder what the heck is going on. You haven't received any mail at all. Like, none. No mail. I'm not going with spirit here. I'm gonna like I'm gonna ask you some questions. Like, I'm gonna ask, this is weird. Like this is odd. I feel like if you haven't received any mail, yeah, you know what I mean? Then that's odd. But only about 3. Okay, so when you do receive it, is it because you're home? Is it because you were home and you saw the mailman deliver it? Or is it because it's kind of just junk? And I personally would go to the post office and talk to them and tell them this. Don't say, I think somebody's taking my mail. Just say, I mean, have you lived there the whole time? And then it's not like you have. So how long have you lived there? Is it like you've been living there and all of a sudden just stopped? Or is it you moved and then it stopped? You're never home when it gets delivered. Okay. I'd be more concerned that like somebody is taking it and not giving it to you. You know? But maybe, I don't know if you've been there and just moved there. Maybe that the changing address didn't work. Right? Maybe if you moved there and it didn't work. Yeah, I'm not consulting spirit right now. I'm just telling you. So I would go to the post office personally. Did you say you went to the post office personally? Yeah, I would go post your local post office where your mail is actually being delivered. Because, like, for instance, where I live, we have our own post office, and I know where it actually goes through. Right? No, you lived there a long time. Okay, so then so that's weird. So it's like I would go to the post office. They would have on file, I assume, I don't know much, I'm assuming, but it's the government. What they would have on file if somebody did, all of a sudden, like, rerouted your mail. You know what I mean? You could even go on the USPS and put your address and see if maybe you could, I don't know, maybe you can't, because if you haven't signed, I don't know. But I would go personally and talk to them. Spirit tends to push us to the mundane answers rather than telling us the situation. Yeah. They know we're magical. Yeah. So, yeah, I would think that it would be important to go there, personally figure it out. I think there's just too much that I know about the sushi. I don't know if I could really, I could see if I gotta stop thinking about it because I'm trying to like figure out like a story, like, oh, like you watch a show, like, you know what I mean? Like, is there somebody like taking the stuff from you? Like I feel that trying it to figure out feeling from you, I think they can gain that energy, like, and going through all the different scenarios of what it could happen. I think it's more so not worrying about that until you talk more to them. Yeah. So you're saying, Julia, like, do you have to figure out for yourself? Yeah. Did go there initially the first time I didn't get my mail, but they told me I need to file online paper, which you did. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I would talk to somebody that's a manager there, find out, when the man, and make sure that you get answers, because it shouldn't be not getting your mail for 2 months, or, that's just unusual. Was there something that somebody would want to have and make sure that you didn't get? That's the important thing too. Like, if there is something, I think you feel, I feel like there's an intuitive feeling about it, because like, if I didn't get mail, I wouldn't think my husband or my kids would be holding my mail for me, I wouldn't, go down that route, but There might be, there's got to be some underlying like reason why you feel that way too. But you can't just outright blame somebody without proof, because that can be messy, especially if you live with them and then it gets you know what I mean? Here you go. Investigate. They said investigate. So yeah, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. And that's exactly what I said. Think before acting. Don't talk to them. Yeah. Or ask the postman. Oh, there you go. When he's at your neighbor, it's worth a try. Yeah, but the thing is, she's never there when the mailman comes. But yeah, I don't know. I would take a day off and make sure I'm there one day. Yeah. So yeah, you called it. Yeah. So they want you to investigate, think before acting. That's what I'm just, you gotta think before acting, because otherwise, yeah. You're rare and free. There are not many like you. So I feel like there is somebody that is jealous of you too. I'm not saying that's why this is happening, but I think that's why you feel like there might be there's something, a relationship issue where, you know, somebody does have some jealousy, and you're like thinking maybe they're trying to put you off kilter. Yeah, Spirit doesn't like giving spoilers in life. No. But I think that's why you feel like that there might be somebody doing it. It's because you do feel like there's a possibility that because of the way people act, that is why. But it's just because, yeah, I mean, that could just, it might not be tied to it, but that because you are, because of your frequency and your aura, some people want to bring you down notches, and that's why you feel like that is a possibility too. Belong to your own dream, create your own life. So I feel like it is just making sure you go, and you're going to have to go and actively figure it out. You know, instead of, it's not going to solve on its own. This is like something that's going to be forcibly handled. Okay. And just because Julia's Julia, we're going to give her one card and then we're going to go. No, she didn't come see me yesterday. I cried all day. Aw, thank you, Yvonne. I don't think this is a bad card. The Black Cat, Lost Magic, Atonement, Rebalance. I just think it means, I think it's just more like, you know, living with your familiars. You only feel a little guilty. I feel like it's just rebalance. You need to rebalance. And I feel like recentering yourself by being with your familiars. I like my familiars, my cat. It's like, so I feel like it, you know, yours might be that. I know you have a tarantula, right? I feel like it was, you know, it's like, do you feel like your tarantula is your familiar? But, or like when you like, you know, just rebalance yourself. She watches all my lives. I guessed it wrong because I was like, I didn't know which one it was, and Spirit wasn't telling me, so I just thought tarantula. Like, so I like, if you could see me, I'm like tarantula. Dragonfly mermaid, you've attracted wonderful news. You have no idea who your familiar is? Oh, well, I feel like it's just a. I know Edgar is mine. I feel like he was a pet of mine in the past, like earlier in my life. So, but I feel like you have attracted wonderful news. Or are you going to? But it's exciting. Oh, your spell work too? Oh, okay. That's awesome. Yeah, Edgar, I feel like with familiars, I feel like it's just, yeah, just connecting. Yeah, you'll be looking forward to things. Just Julie's like, I'm always looking forward to it. Like, just let it happen. Well, happen the least when you least expect it. That's what happens. Also, just happen. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll leave the love of spirit with you guys. Good luck, Selby. I hope it. Yeah. I mean, do come back. Let us know what you investigated and what happened, because that's just interesting. All right. All right. Wander soon, guys. Make sure you do those opportunities. Bye, Yvonne. I hope so too. You need your stuff. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. All right. Much love. See you later.